Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I'm Tatiana, and today we are diving into something super fascinating, the history of journalism and some of the most iconic events that shaped it. Journalism is the backbone of how we understand the world, so let's explore how it is all got started, the game-changing moments, and where it's headed today. Let's get started. Alright, let's rewind to the very beginning. Imagine it's the 15th century and there is no internet, no social media, not even TV. The only way people could get news was by word or mouth, although the handwritten announcements. But in 1440, something major happened. A guy named Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press. Suddenly, it was possible to print books, pamphlets, and yes, newspapers. This invention laid the foundation for modern journalism. The first printed newspapers started showing up in the early 16th, but it wasn't the 18th century that things really started to take off. The press became a tool for political and social change. Now fast forward to the 18th. This is when newspapers really started to shape public opinion. One of the key moments, the rise of yellow journalism, it is the late of 18th. Think of this as to click back of its time. Publishers like William Randolph Harvest and Joseph Pistler used sensational headlines to sell papers, often exaggerating or distorting the truth. I mean, it was pretty wild. They were known for stirring up drama like really stirring it up. Take the Spanish-American War, for example. The media hype around the war played a huge part in pushing the US into conflict. Talk about power. So fast forward to the 1920s, and now we have got radio. This changed the game entirely. For the first time, people could listen to the news as it was happening. And now, talking about pre-recorded stuff, radio podcasts made news immediate. The first commercial radio broadcast began in 1920s by KDKA in Pittsburgh, marked the beginning of the whole new era of journalism. Then, during the World War II, radio became essential for people trying to understand what was going on. Journalists like Edward Murrow were given updates directly from the front lines in London during the Blitz. It was groundbreaking. So let's look at the introduction to journalism. What is journalism? Journalism is defined as a practice of gathering, assessing, creating, and presenting news and information to the public. It encompasses various media formats, including print, digital, and broadcast, and aims to inform, educate, and change society on important issues. The primary aim of journalism is to provide accurate and timely information to the public, contribute to informed citizenry, and uphold accountability of those in power. As a watchdog for democracy, journalism plays a vital role in shaping public opinion and documenting historical events. Let's move on. The evolution of journalism. Journalism has evolved significantly since its origins in oral tradition, evolving through the invention of the printing press in the 1440s, which enabled mass communication. The advent of newspapers in the 17th century marked a crucial shift, paving the way for modern journalism as it knows today. From oral traditions to digital platforms, with advancements in technology, journalism expanded into radio and television throughout the 20th century. The digital revolution in the late 20th century transformed the landscape, leading to the emergence of online news platforms and social media, fundamentally changing how news is consumed and shared. Let's continue key milestones in journalism today. Today, journalism faces both opportunities and challenges in adapting to fast-paced technological changes, underscoring the importance of maintaining journalistic integrity and public trust. The purpose of journalism. At its core, journalism seeks to inform the public about events, providing clarity and understanding in an increasingly complex world. It serves as an essential mechanism for checking government power and promoting transparency in society, encouraging civic engagement and accountability from public officials. The history of journalism and iconic events, from print to digital age. The origins of journalism. Ancient beginnings. Journalism roots can be traced to ancient societies where oral traditions, town careers, and written records served as primary forms of information dissemination. In ancient Mesopotamia, cuneiform tablets recorded significant events, while Egyptian papyrus scrolls documented religious and political matters. The printing press. In the 1440s, Johannes Gutenberg's invention of printing press transformed journalism by allowing the mass media production of written materials. A technological leap. This innovation led to the rapid spread of news and ideas, making information more accessible to the public and changing the landscape of communication. Mass production of information. The printed word began to challenge the authority of oral traditions and centralized control of information. First newspapers, 16th. The early 16th marked the advent of the modern newspaper, with publications like Relation alle Feuillements und Gedenkenwürdigen Historien, considered the first true newspaper. These newspapers primarily focused on the government affairs and trade, often reflecting state interests, and, of course, the perspectives of merchants. The birth of modern journalism. The birth of modern journalism, the rise of the press in the 18th and 19th centuries, marked a significant turning point, shaping public discourse and democratizing access to information. Rise of the press in 17th and 18th. During the 17th and 18th, newspapers surged in popularity, reflecting societal changes. As literacy rates rose, so did the demand for news, leading to the establishment of numerous local and national papers. The role of the press in politics. In this era, the press became a powerful political tool, influencing public opinion and policy. Notably, newspapers played a vital role in shaping democratic movements and informing citizens about government actions. The penny press, 1830s, affordable news for the masses. The introduction of the penny press in the 1830s made news more accessible to the public. Starting with the New York Sun, these papers were sold for just a penny, encouraging widespread readership and transforming public engagement. Let's move on to another slide. Iconic events in journalism. Iconic events that shaped journalism. This section delves into pivotal moments in journalism shaping public perception and highlighting the power of the press. Yellow journalism, late 18th. Yellow journalism emerged in the late 19th century, characterized by sensationalist headlines and exaggerated stories. Publications like the New York World and the New York World Journal promulgated misleading narratives, significantly influencing public opinions and U.S. foreign policy, particularly during the Spanish-American War. The muckrakers, early 19th. Muckrakers were investigative journalists who exposed societal ills and corruption in the early 19th. Their work, exemplified by Upton Sinclair's The Jungle, played a crucial role in promoting regulatory reforms, shedding light on the struggles of the working class and advancing social change. Modern journalism and changes. Introduction to modern journalism. The landscape of journalism has transformed dramatically from the 1990s onward as digital technology and reshapes how news is produced and consumed. The digital revolution, 1990s till present. The rise of the internet, the 1990s, led to online news platforms, transforming journalism. Notable shifts include the emergence of digital-only outlets like Drudge Report and the rise of 24-hour news cycles through cable channels. This revolution enabled instant news access and the advent of multimedia storytelling, significantly altering audience interactions with news content. Iconic events in digital age. Significant events like 9/11 attacks showcases the importance of real-time reporting. The Arab Spring illustrated how social media could catalyze change, while the WikiLeaks controversy challenged press freedom, reshaping public discourse. Journalism in the age of social media. Social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter have democratized news sharing, enabling citizen journalism. These platforms empowered individuals to report events in real time, fostering a more particular news environment. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Until that time, stay informed, stay curious, and as always, keep questioning what you see in the news. Bye.